Hello everybody, I am Jarrett Ross, a GeneaVlogger, and welcome back to another Professional Genealogist Reacts. On today's video, I'll be reacting to Disney Pixar's Coco. What did the Coco filmmaking team find in their DNA results by Ancestry? I'm excited for this video. I really love Disney Pixar's Coco. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. And, you know, especially being a genealogist, it's just really such a cool concept. So it makes sense why Ancestry was doing stuff with the filmmaking team. One thing about Coco that I will say that I've always kind of thought about is in the movie Coco, you know, her father dies when she's young and she lives like over 100 years without her father. I forgot exactly how old she's supposed to be in the movie, but she's really old. And it was really interesting to me because it's something that correlated to me because my great-grandmother lived to be 109, but her father died when she was 7. So she lived 102 years of her life without a father. And so for some reason that correlation kind of popped up between Coco and my own family tree. And so like it just really gets to me when I watch that movie. So because of all of that, I'm really excited for the video today. But before we jump into the video, please be sure to give this a thumbs up. It really does help me out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that bell for notifications on future videos. Also, be sure to become a patron on Patreon if you'd like to get access to these videos early, as well as getting access to all sorts of other exclusive content. But now that I've said all of that fun stuff, let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
So this is my great-great-great-grandmother.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, thank you so much.
You guys are amazing. I mean, I'm shocked.
Coco is a film all about family and the importance of remembering those who came before us. Making this film has certainly made me think about my family history, the people that I knew who are no longer in my life, and also family members I don't know at all. And so those ideas infused their way into the movie.
What's so fun about this story is that Miguel has the opportunity to meet his ancestors.
Yeah, that's one aspect of the movie that I loved, was like, oh gosh, how cool would that be to be able to meet ancestors like that?
I think that we're all curious about who came before us and where we got all our talents or proclivities. It's just part of being a human being, I think.
I've long thought about doing the Ancestry DNA test, so when I had this opportunity, I jumped at it.
Taking the DNA test is interesting to me. I'm curious to see if there's any artists in my family.
My mom was adopted, so I don't really know my background very well. Hopefully this will open some doors to some mysteries.
Hi, Adrienne. My name is Jen Utley.
A pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I work for Ancestry. I'm a family historian.
Okay.
And I'm excited to show you some of your Ancestry DNA results.
I am excited as well.
Are they going to mix in the
Iberian
documents?
Peninsula, 29%. Europe South, 28%. Native American, 17%. And Great Britain, 14%. That's cool.
So if you take the combination of the Iberian Peninsula and the Native American, that is a very clear indicator that you have Mexican heritage.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Much more clear when you look at the genetic matches, and you'd likely see a lot of matches where they have almost all Mexican ancestry.
I see Western Central Europe. I see St. Lawrence River French settlers.
We call these migrations.
Interesting. My Ancestry DNA test revealed a few surprises.
The first person I want to introduce you to here is Hiram Kibbe.
Never even heard that name. Hiram Kibbe.
In October of 1861. He signed up for a year's service.
So he fought in the Civil War.
And if we look at this other record here,
There he is, drummer. My great-great-grandfather was a drummer in the Civil War, and my son, who's 13 years old now, has been playing the drums in his school band. So there's a nice connection there across time.
your great-grandfather right here, Jean-Baptiste Picard. We found him in a few census records. It tells you what he's doing as an occupation. Let's see if you can decipher that.
Is that a drawer?
Drawer.
Seeing the documents, it's really neat to see a little piece of history.
And so we found the actual images that he drew.
Oh,
So these are his drawings.
So
That's
cool.
Fantastic. He designed oil pumps, and I've always been an artist. My brother's an engineer. It's cool to have that connection.
Your mother is adopted.
That's right, yeah.
And I'd like to introduce you to a new ancestor in your tree.
Okay.
And his name is Joshua Barker. And here is a picture of him.
To connect back to the maternal side is just so vitally important.
And this is his wife.
Wow. So I'm related to her as well?
These are your people.
Wow.
These are your great
These are your people.
Amazing. How cool is that? The Ancestry DNA test was able to find some relatives on my mother's side. I think it's going to be very healing for our family. 100% she's my great-grandmother.
She is.
That's so cool. I love that. This is great.
Now, this video is from 2017, so I wonder if either at that point or since then they actually found her parents. Because if they found relatives on her mother's side, they're giving her those pictures of the ancestors because I'm sure those are the ones that at that point they can confirm using genetic matches. But their database has grown since then. So I imagine they may have been able to solve that, assuming someone was on that case and actually like working
She's
it.
your great-grandmother. One of these 3 children is even closer to you. This is Orville, and he works in the movie industry.
Come on.
They called him Curly because he's got this curly hair underneath here.
That's amazing. Curly could be my grandfather or great-grandfather, but he's definitely related to me, and he's definitely in the film industry, which is so cool. I'm shocked that you guys could crack any of that code. My heart just feels full, and I feel excited to connect with some relatives and keep unraveling the mystery.
We don't pass stories along. There can come a point where people are just forgotten and lost to time. That's something we really explore in Coco.
It's really cool to be connected to someone that is far away from you in time, but when you know their story, they become that much closer to you.
All right. That was a pretty cool video. You know, a couple things I would have liked from it, though, was correlating the genealogy they were doing a bit more with the DNA stuff. You know, it was kind of cool that they did show the DNA and the genealogy. Especially cool. You know, it's just always so cool when they do genealogy, and especially with Ancestry having the ability to make really nice prints of all different sorts of things, especially documents. You know, that's probably one of the coolest things. I know there's a lot of documents that I kind of wish I had like a high quality print of, which I could get if I wanted it. It's just, it's usually more money than really I want to spend on something like that. But I really enjoyed that video, and they definitely knew how to bring out the emotions with this one. So definitely a good one. Well, thank you so much for checking out this video. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also click right about here if you would like to subscribe. It's completely free to do so. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at GeneaVlogger. I'm the GeneaVlogger. See you in my next video.